LinkedIn is largely misunderstood. We expect people to read through our profiles in full. But honestly, do you? I'm going to give you a proven system to make your profiles pop, to get more attention from recruiters and to land way more interviews. I want you to stop using your LinkedIn profile like a resume. It's killing your job prospects. I want you to see it as a fast food flyer. It's said that people read our resumes on average for about 6 seconds, and LinkedIn is exactly the same. This means that people don't read your resume, they scan through it in the same way you scan through a fast food flyer. You see the flyer, you see the picture of the greasy burger, you feel hungry, and before you know it, you've ordered, right? So the LinkedIn profile needs to make the reader hungry for more. Hungry for that interview. So let's think about that flyer. A good fast food flyer doesn't just sell you generic food. It sells you Mexican food, Greek food, Chinese food. They tell you what to expect. They hook you in. Then a good fast food flyer will sprinkle in a little bit of authenticity to the business. A good fast food flyer tells you exactly what you can order and gives you a fast way to do so. It's efficient in its communication, and we can copy that format. And so a banner image is the first part of that hook. You set the scene. You tell them what they can expect to find if they keep reading through this profile. Great visual hook. Recruiters and employers are likely to have a job description in their hand, and your job is to tick off as many of those items as quickly as possible. So I like to add 3 to 5 logos that tell them the kind of developer you are and that you're a good match for this role. Now, many senior developers will tell you not to pigeonhole yourself, but in my experience, no one's searching for a software engineer. In the same way, no one's searching for food. They're searching for a match to that job description, and you need to show that you're a match as quickly as possible. Okay, profile pictures. We all mistrust anyone without a profile picture. You do it, I do it. So unless you're going for that serial killer vibe, just have one. Make sure it's a close-up of your face, try to look normal and smile. So after the profile picture comes the headline. This is a textual representation of what we've just put in the banner, and I want you to add 2 elements to this. What type of developer are you? So front-end, back-end, full-stack developer. And what are the 3 to 4 main technologies you use? So an example might be full-stack developer and then in brackets Python, Fast API, React and TypeScript. So the hook so far comprises of the banner image, the headline and your profile picture. This tells the reader that they are in the right place and to keep reading this profile. This profile is worthy of more of your time. So we've hooked them in. What next? So now we need to add some authenticity. And if we carry on that example from earlier about you being a Python and React developer, we didn't get much room in that headline to add in some of the nice to have skills. And this is what the about section's for. This is where you unpack that banner image and headline and you show them that you're using a lot of the complementary skills. You need to tick off as many of those nice to have skills they have on that job description as quickly as possible. So I want you to sweat the first 3 to 4 lines. Don't make the reader have to click that more link. Anytime you rely on them clicking, you're relying on them doing some work. Like any good front-end developer, I want you to put your value front and center. Put that value above the fold. So we want to get the tech into that first 3 or 4 lines. So if they're looking for a Python and React developer, they might be interested in finding someone with Fast API or Django. They might be interested in someone with testing skills, so React Testing Library or PyTest. This is where we tell them that you're an even better match for the role than they already believe you to be. So one piece of advice, don't just add a comma-separated list of tech. You want to pepper the tech through those first few lines, make it look natural. We've set the scene, we've hooked them in, we've given them indication that you're a solid match for their job. You have the right skills, so now the reader starts to change their focus from searching to filtering. And if we go back to our fast food flyer example, they're about to choose their dish. So they found you, but now in order for them to sell you on to their client or to their boss, they're going to have to show evidence of you using those skills. So those claims that you've been making at the top of the profile in your banner image, headline and about section, it's time to back those up. So in a fast food flyer, you buy the dish, not just the restaurant. The employers buy your evidence. They need to see you living and breathing the tech. The more they see it, the more confident they feel. If you're lucky enough to have experience, the experience section is extremely powerful. However, for each experience, it's not really about what the company does. It's about showcasing what you are capable of doing. It's about your value offering. So I want you to add 3 to 5 bullet points. What did you build? What did you learn? What was the business benefit? What were the challenges? And how did you overcome those challenges? And then pepper the tech through each of those. And one little gotcha, I want you to make sure you get good tech into the first bullet point, because that's the only thing that they're going to see without having to click that see more link. Remember, we don't want to make them click anything, so we want to put the value above the fold. So any reader, an employer or a recruiter is now asking themselves 3 questions. When did you start using the tech? Are you currently using the tech? And how frequently can I see you using it? So what if you don't have experience? The project section is a great place where you can showcase your proactivity, and the format of the project is going to be exactly the same as the experiences with those 3 to 5 bullet points. Again, pepper the tech. And I want to be clear, it's not about what your project does. Nobody cares. This is about showing what you are capable of. So keep it tech focused and make sure that first bullet point hits home. You may have noticed in your profile that we actually skipped a bit. We skipped over the activity section. For me, this is the most important part of any profile. This is the best place for you to showcase your proactivity. So this is where I want you to document the journey. I want you to post on LinkedIn. And this is an absolute game changer. Trust me. What are you working on? If you're coding, which you are, then when you go to commit your code, I want an alarm bell to go off in your head. What did you just write? What did you just learn? What was the business benefit or the project benefit? What were the challenges and how did you overcome those challenges? Now, pepper the tech. When we write this, we only need to focus on the first 3 to 4 lines because that's the only part that will be seen in the activity summary. Nobody's going to click and open your post and read it in full. Nobody's going to click. Remember? Can you add a visual element to this? Perhaps a code snippet or a screenshot? And when I say a code snippet, I don't mean the whole of VS Code. I mean 5 or 10 lines that shows this is a developer post and has you using the tech that you're selling at the top of your profile. Now, at first, I want you to feature every post. This is going to give you an element of duplication, and you're going to start taking up a large portion of screen real estate with you living and breathing the tech. This is about the journey. This is about proactivity. This is not about the algorithm, although recruiters will start to notice. Okay, so let's stand back. Now, if you look at your profile from top to bottom in about 10 seconds, you're going to see between the banner image, the headline, the about section, the experiences, the project and the activity, evidence of you living and breathing the tech. You're going to see a powerful demonstration of your skills, your direction and your work ethic. You just made it easy for the person reading your profile. When recruiters and employers look at profiles, they spend more time on the ones that seem relevant, obviously. So now between the activity, the featured post, the experiences and the projects, you've shown that this profile is worthy of more of their time, worthy of more investigation. It's interview time, baby. And so we've enticed the customer in, we've made it easy for them to see your value. So now we need to give them somewhere to go. On a fast food flyer, you'd give them the phone number or the app to order this food on. We need to do the same. We have to send them somewhere. A good LinkedIn profile is not enough. So they're going to have to present you to their client or their boss, and they're going to need accompanying evidence to support your case. They're going to need GitHub or a portfolio website or some other kind of supporting evidence. And so they scroll back up to the top and they click into your contact information. This is where you give them easy access to your link. And we'll dig into making your supporting evidence pop in upcoming videos. Okay, that's LinkedIn done. Have you got questions about your profile or how to document your journey? Throw them in the questions down below and I'll be glad to answer them for you. If you want more detail, you can book a one-to-one with me, or I can complete a full profile review for you. If you've enjoyed the video, let me know and share it with someone who you think might benefit from it. I'll see you in the next one.